the respective councillors here today, Councillor Andy, Councillor Stress and Councillor Tony Anzacs. It's wonderful to have you here. And also to acknowledge the wrong traditional owners of this land and all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are part of the Greater Geelong community today. And a very warm welcome to you, our wonderful community. Just outside as I speak, the light is fading at the end of another day. Darkness is beginning to unfold our beautiful city of Greater Geelong. But the day will dawn again soon enough, and our lives will go on as before. It will be Saturday, and the laughter of children will fill the air. People will be getting about their business, perhaps preparing to go to the footy or attend 1,000 other things within our community that we are free to do in Australia and in Geelong today. But just on 100 years ago, great young souls from this very city were huddled on a cold, lonely, inhospitable forest shore to do battle in a fierce and deadly conflict that was to define our country today. And to guarantee that way of life in our country, it would continue to be free. On the shore of Galilee 100 years ago, brave young Geelong men and women stood steadfast beside their colleagues facing terrible death that could come at any instant. Life would be gone. No more Geelong, no more home, and no more loved ones. Nothing. And all around them, promising the endless, unknowable silence of death raged, the shattering, murderous din of unholy war. They were facing the void, but still they stood and did their duty. Just as it is now our duty to remember them with love and undying love that. We can only imagine their thoughts in those terrible moments at the height of the battle that was to create the Anzac legend. Clinging tight to those thoughts of their homes and their loved ones, as the crescendo of sudden death and destruction raged all around them. And perhaps their thoughts were like thoughts of home and family, but they knew that each of these fleeting thoughts could be their last, before the empty, inky blackness enveloped them. No time for regret, no time to say goodbye. It was 1915. They had come to Liberty Shore in innocence, trusting in their military commanders, but totally ill-prepared and unknowing of the adversity, the despair, the hardship, and the deadly combat that awaited them. It has to be said, the First World War was a war devoid of any virtue. It was a war based on the intractable conflicts and entrenched hatreds of European tribalism. It really wasn't any business of Australia's, but as we have always done, our young country responded to the mother country's call for help in its time of trouble. The army generals, particularly on the Allied side, knew through their military training that not since the Napoleonic Wars had frontal attacks been an effective way to win a war. Certainly not against the defence of barbed wire fortified by the modern machine gun. But in looking at their ideas, that was essentially their battle plan in 1915. Into this deadly cauldron were flung Australia's best, youngest and brightest, our youth and our country's future. They had little idea of the hell on earth that they faced. Ill prepared as they were, they were determined to do their best, and they did. Along with the valiant servicemen and women of New Zealand, they rose above the unbelievable hardships of Gallipoli. They banded together as they fought with the spontaneous, fearless, almost instinctive tenacity and grit that would come to define the spirit of which is the Anzacs. Their heroism at the heart of this brave, tragic and ultimately fatal campaign, and in fact it still touches our hearts, inspires our passion, focuses our purpose, strengthens our resolve, and is the very essence of our national culture. So it is we, so it is who we are. It is in our makeup as Australians. Even today, it shows in a way. When disaster strikes at home, bushfire emergency is just one example. We knuckle down and we fight it out until our homes, our loved ones, and our very way of life is safe. Happily, military conflict, while it still exists, as it always will, rarely intrudes on our lives at home here in our wonderful city. But Australia never shirks its international responsibilities. The men and women of the Australian military continue to serve with bravery, with distinction beside our allies all around the world. The National Roll of Honour bears the names of Geelong's fallen alongside those more than 100,000 Australians who died before them. And yes, that number, over 100,000, we will always remember them. We are forever in their debt. In their passing, they have earned a timeless, a constancy that guides and reassures us through changing circumstances and in uncertain times. And before I close, I would like to also mention those wounded in war, who tend to be forgotten at times of reflection like this. There were more than 155,000 wounded in the First World War alone, large numbers of them on the battlefield at Gallipoli. There are many more wounded suffering from the campaigns that are still around us, real today. The campaigns themselves will end one day, but for those who are wounded in these campaigns, the pain and the suffering will never end. They are the ones who now need us most. As my colleague Councillor Stretch Consell mentioned earlier, we are sometimes overlooked the tremendous support for the veterans provided by the RSL and other service organisations around our city and around our country. I appeal to you now to continue on and help the RSL and the other support organisations wherever you can. They are heroes too, and their good works will continue as long as there is that need. And sadly, there will always be that need. Australians. We are born in the Anzacs. We are the custodians and the stewards of their spirit, now and into our future. We must take good care of it, lest we forget.